So, you have probably heard this advice over and over saying learn code if you want to level up as a designer. But you don't know why and how does it actually make a difference. Hi, I am Rishika. I have been designing for 4 years now and I have noticed that everyone saying learning code helps you to easily collaborate with developers and gets you promoted. But no one talks about how understanding code concepts will actually transforms your designing workflow. So today I'm going to break it down how concepts you are already using in Figma like auto layouts, frames and components are connected with the coding principles like flexboxes, components and HTML structures. And trust me, it's gonna be easier than you think. Okay, let's start with auto layout, something you definitely know. In auto layout, you can set padding around the edges, space between the items, and everything just fits perfectly. Well, this is basically the same as this. It's called Flexbox, and it's how websites arrange things on a page. Think of it like you are organizing your closet. In Figma, when you set space between two 20 pixels, you are telling everything, hey, leave some breathing room between each item. In code, when a developer writes gap 20 pixels, they are doing the exact same thing, same logic, but just in a different language. Look at this. When I change the spacing in Figma from 16 to 32, you see how everything shifts. And when the developer changes their code from 16 to 32, exact same result. It's literally the same concept. And here's the cool part. When you understand the connection, you start designing in the way the developer actually builds. Instead of just making things look pretty, you are designing with structure in your mind. Likewise, in components. You probably create these all the time, right? Like you design a button once, make it a component, and then you can use it everywhere. Change the master, everything updates. Super convenient, right? Well, developers have been doing this forever. They call them components. I know, shocking creativity there. But seriously, it's the exact same idea. When you create a button component in Figma and add properties like different text or colors, you're basically creating what developers call props. You know how you can have the same button but change the text from submit to cancel? That text is a prop. Think of it like a Lego blocks. You have your basic brick shape, that's your component. You can make it red, blue, big, small, those are your props. One brick, infinite possibilities. And here's why this matters. When you design with this mindset, you are not just creating 47 different buttons that a developer has to build from scratch, you are giving them one smart button that can do 47 different things. Way less work for everyone. Okay, the last one. And this might be the most important thing too. You know how you organize your Figma files, like you put your header elements in header frame, nav stuff in nav frame, and main content in the main frame. And that's literally how HTML works. Every website is just boxes inside boxes inside boxes. Your header frame becomes a header element, and your nav frame becomes the nav element, and it's like Russian nesting dolls but for websites. And here's the thing that will save developers hours of confusion. When you name your frames clearly, they know exactly how to structure the code. Instead of guessing what frame 4 to 7 is supposed to be, they see product card and immediately know what to build. I started doing this, my developer friends literally thanked me. Not even joking, clean organization in Figma translates to clean code, which means faster builds and fewer, hey, what did you mean by this Slack messages? Okay, now let's talk about why this is actually matter beyond just being a cool trivia. I used a hand of designs that look amazing in Figma, but then the final website looked nothing like what I designed. I did use 47 different exercises instead of a consistent scale. I eyeballed spacing instead of using consistent values. I create designs that were technically impossible to build responsibly. But when I started thinking about these connections, my handoffs got so much cleaner. Consistent spacing, clear component structure, logical organization, same design vision, but built in a way that developers could actually implement without losing their minds. And if you are a freelancer or someone who works with no code tools, here's the thing, even if you don't write a single line of code, understanding how websites actually works helps you use tools like Webflow, Framer, or Figma more intentionally. Because here's what's exciting. Figma isn't just a design tool anymore. It's already leveraging core coding concepts just with the friendlier names. Auto layouts, they are basically a flex box. Smart anime, that's easing functions and transitions. Even the way we build components is parallel to how developers structure reusable UI blocks. And with Figma's 2025 config updates, it's taking this even further. You have now got Figma sites where you can turn your designs into real working websites. No code style, just like Framer or Webflow. So this isn't just about aesthetics anymore. You are designing experiences that can go live from your design file. Understanding the underlying logic behind these tools just gives you more control and make your designs not just functional but powerful. So if you are a designer who's been avoiding code because it's too technical, trust me, it's actually not. You have been using this concept every day in Figma. You just need to connect the dots. If this sounds like something that could help you, hit the subscribe button and let me know in comments if you ever tried connecting code concepts with your design before. And thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.